Jimmy, finally we've got a chance to get together and have a look at what we've been working on the last year, I think, isn't it? Year and a half?
This thing? Oh no, this is like 2019 this started. This is a pre-COVID special, so one of the incredibly rare ones. This is my R32 GTR Skyline. V-Spec 1, very important to put that in there, so all the forum people like me. And most importantly, used to belong to someone who's now famous, who kind of wasn't famous before. My poor ego. This used to belong to Yann Mardenborough, who is sort of the subject of the brand new Gran Turismo movie. So a lot of history in this car, and a lot of history between us actually with this car as well. It's been as I said, a good few years now of development.
I've lost track of time. COVID's completely destroyed all understanding of time for the last few years, but I think Maz put us together, didn't he, for this project. Bringing this car in, I think the first time you came in with some brakes, I remember that. And I said, Jimmy, he said, I'm a YouTuber. I said, oh, whatever. And we did the brakes, the car went out, and then you came back with Maz and said, look, this is what we're going to do. And I thought, fantastic. I've always wanted to do this, so let's crack on with it. So what was the plan then when you walked in with Maz and a box full of bits? Yeah,
basically I got groomed by HKS. So like, oh, we see you've got a nice Skyline, do you want to do something with it? And I'm like, well, yeah, of course I do. So this, when I bought it, this was pretty much entirely stock. So it had, God, what it had? It was on the stock ceramic turbo still. Pretty much these wheels. It had a set of rather old, I think like Blitz coilovers or something on.
They were really nasty.
Something really crashy on, and it had the restrictor peel removed for the turbo. So we had a boost controller on it, but we were sort of terrified of blowing up ceramic turbos. And I remember coming in and being like, the first thing, please make sure I don't want this car to go bang. We'll get to that later on. Let's replace these turbos. So it was brakes. We came in for the first day of Maz, and we've got some footage of it somewhere. There's just this massive. I walked in thinking like, oh, bloody hell, this is a lot. There's a lot of stuff here. Basically every engine component possible.
I remember that we laid that out in the front there. We had the stroker kit, which has gone in, the turbos, we had the link ECU, we had all the fuel system, I think elbows, manifolds, all sorts of stuff that we had back then.
Yeah, very. And the thing is, you wouldn't even know, because the car looks exactly the same as on the outside as when I bought it. It's not been modified at all on the outside, but inside, it's a sort of vastly different story. So we did that, and initially I came to Sarge and went, Sarge, I want 1 million horsepower, because it's a Skyline, so you have 1 million horsepower, right? And you actually ended up talking me down, saying like, no, see what you think of this first. And I always say I'm so glad you did that, because I think I've probably been in a tree somewhere at the moment. It's so nice as it is at the moment, but
and it's about drivability, practicality, and how it's going to make you feel. And this is now running. What sort of power is it?
This is at I think it's like just shy of 600. It's about 560, 550 around there. And for this car, it's beautiful. Like, I would not want any more. And I think people also misunderstand that unless you are planning to go on a circuit with these things or go to the drag strip, grab a centre pod or something, you're not going to use 550 horsepower on a road without getting some serious trouble. But if you want to do that, be my guest. But you know, for me, I'm not into that life. So this is enough to get to 60 very quickly. It's pretty much perfect where it is now, isn't it? There you go.
The only thing I would change is cleaning off some of this bird poo, that's it.
Yeah, it's had a bit, hasn't it?
All right. Shall I let you explain all the techie stuff, because you're really good at it, aren't you?
Well, yeah, I'm really good at the tech stuff, so no, I mean, Sarge went over the basics of it. I mean, this is what's it, RB26, we'll say RB28 now, we say, because been stroked out at 2.8 with the HKS. It's stage 0 stroke kit. It's like sort of their step 0, they call it. It's like their basic one, but it's still good enough to rev up to 8,000 RPM, produce a lot of horsepower. And we're producing quite a bit less horsepower than the kit's actually sort of rated to. So well within parameters of what we want there. We upgraded as well to the GT3 2530 twin turbos on this. Which makes such, I'm so glad we kept it twin turbo. Single turbos, they've come a long way, they're really decent, but for me, like, the whole experience of driving like an old school Skyline is that sort of twin turbo smoothness, and this delivers this super well. Everything within the engine, all HKS, so crank, cams, pistons, everything in there is all HKS. And run by a link ECU. I forget which one it is specifically.
The G4X is the current version of the link G4.
I did really well there. I won that on camera. I did really well there.
I'm impressed.
I remembered all of it.
10 points for you, Jimmy. Well done.
Finally.
I think I had a couple of points you just made there. I think it's really important that it is the HKS stroker kit. It's running the HKS cams and everything else, but there's also the bolt-on bits. So having the right clutch. In this one, we went for the twin HKS. We obviously had cooling to go with this, so we've got a Mishimoto rad. We've got the massive HKS racing cooler and pipe work. We've also run an external oil cooler, which a lot of people don't, but we thought, look, we're doing it, let's do it properly. With fueling, we've got as new fuel injectors. We're running a big fuel pump in the tank. We've got Racing Lines fuel regulator and all custom lines. The critical thing with that ECU, which now I think you've learned through racing and what's happening, is we can look at so many parameters. We can look at fuel pressure, oil pressure, and the beauty of this link system is that it can cut the engine. In case you're having an issue, in case it sees, hold of something's gone wrong, it can cut the engine, save the engine from blowing up, which I think we've both had experience of in the past.
Well, yeah, twice now for me. But this is the thing with modified cars is that no one tells you about, is that they are maintenance, they are work, you know, and it's a labour of love if you have one of these cars. And for me, it's not a problem because, you know, it's like a hobby this. But and also, you know, this car is used a lot. It doesn't just sit around doing nothing. Any opportunity I take it out, and it sort of reflects in the fact that it's not pristine on the inside and outside, but like it's as nice as it can be, I think. In fact, you look at a really nice little mod here. This is from me. This is not a Sarge. This is a Jimmy original. This the clip on the plastic broke here, so it's just taped on. Hasn't moved. So
can I fix that, please?
What do you mean? It is fixed.
Oh my goodness.
You didn't know about it.
I'm going to give him one of those cable tie mechanic certificates. Yeah, I think the car's come a long way, and like you said, these cars are a labour of love. And although you do so much to it, it's constantly going to need updating and a few tweaks and a few improvements, but I don't think I've ever seen a better 32 than this.
Yeah, I mean, look at it. No, but yeah, no, it's a really nice example, and as we sort of touched on at the start, this used to belong to Yann Mardenborough, and although there are two things in this car that I've kept in there the entire time that came from Yann. One's weird, one's not so weird. So the weird one, you just about to see this sock here, which is full of cat litter. And the idea is to sort of take any humidity out of the car inside it. And I think by now it's just a soggy mask. It's been in there a long time, but I never took it out. I thought, oh, it's pretty cool, I'll keep that in there. The other thing...
So can I, does that double up as a snack on the way?
Yeah, snack, also weapon. If people come a bit too close to you, start winding it. The other thing is, well, two things actually. First of all, the actual gear knob, like a very special Nismo gear knob, which I like to think is kind of rare. I don't know if it is or not, but I like it. It suits the car, and you can see the little figurine just stuck behind on top of the gauges there. So they're given out by, they call them race queens in Japan. We used to have sort of a similar thing called grid girls here in the UK, and they give them out to the drivers on the grid for Super GT. So we took it. Wow. Popped it on there, and I've just kept it there ever since. So it's a nice little memento of this car, who it used to belong to. So
very nice, very nice.
Should we go over the interior while we're here, or because it's not stock interior this, and it's not something that it's sort of how the car came. But I think it's really nice. I like how it is because the stock interior for a lot of the Skylines is kind of cloth.
Yeah,
and it is as much as we love these cars, it is a 30-year-old saloon. You know, it's not meant to be a luxury. So all the seats were, and this is actually done by the guy in Japan who owned it before Yann.
Oh right, okay.
All been replaced with this Robson leather interior. So the back seats as well, the front seats have that. The side panels have a little bit on here with the Robson there. And to be honest, those little red accents in the car are something that we've tried to keep through it. I'm not artistic at all or anything, but you know, you've got the red of the Nismo, you've got the red of the sort of personal steering wheel as well, and given, of course, this is very much a HKS project, mats as well, little red accents there as well. See, I think about these things.
Very clever.
It's not clever at all.
Very clever.
This is just very, very vain.
So it shows you're good with colours. Is that what we're learning from this?
What do you reckon? I think so.
I don't know about his dressing though.
This is great. One more red thing, and something that I'm always really proud to show off for this. This is a V-Spec. So we've got the V-Spec badge on the back, and now, very sorry to Maz about this one because I love the sticker on the back. This actually originally had a Mines-tuned factory ECU. So Yann's like, yep, it's a Mines car now. Stuck a Mines sticker on the back of it. And we've got the Mines sticker just above the V-Spec logo there. I think it looks so good. It looks so sweet. And of course, like we know, the iconic Skyline sort of indented thing there. But for me, this car looks perfect. It's like the OEM Plus, as we would talk about that. I don't think there's actually a definition of what that is, but this feels like that to me.
I think there's nothing else you can do to this to improve this. You're only going to spoil it if you do anything else to it. So you're not allowed to do anything now, okay?
Okay, cool. There you go. Car's done forever, sorted out. But yeah, I think we're pretty much completed this car at the moment, so I'm looking forward to sort of getting it out there. I had thought about maybe taking it on a track once, just to run it around and see, get out the gears and see what it does, but I'm so precious of the thing that you just know that.
Well, isn't it one day when we just built the car and then we said just look after it, and you chased a Formula 1 car down the track?
Oh yeah, that was a good story. So
Naughty Jimmy.
Yeah, basically I got invited to a karting circuit to do a demo in the Skyline. I thought, okay, cool, it was a big event, so I thought I'll go along. And they had this old 70s F1 car going around as well. I thought, I can catch that in the Skyline. So we're going around this karting circuit, this tiny little circuit. And this is when Sarge said, don't go too fast, we've got to sort some stuff out of the map, etc. So obviously I ignored him completely and just banging it off the rev limiter. It did really well. Nothing went wrong, so yeah, good day out. So you guys probably know, I tend to break a lot of stuff all the time. And luckily for me, Sarge and DPP have a massive range of sort of new and used parts here. So if you guys are struggling for information on when your car's at home, Sarge also has, you wouldn't know it, but has a lot of technical expertise as well. So don't be afraid to get in touch about your car if you're having problems yourself. But I'm bored of talking now. I want to go for a spin, so take the Skyline out.